Hello, I'd just like to state the reason why I'm uploading this. The purpose of this video is so I can provide visual instructions to those who prefer it, and completely fine. No one learns in the same manner. I guess for this video, I'll act like I'm in your shoes. I'll go through each step. Pretend this is like my first time. Although I do apologize if I glance over something or forget to address something because I have done this many times. Anyways, let me just get right into it. First step, you're going to want Python 3.6, and I believe it's pronounced NumPy. I'm not actually sure. But you're going to want both Python and that library installed. I assume most of you don't, and you don't know how to go about doing that. And that's perfectly fine. All you do is I linked, I guess, a distribution called Anaconda. Just download this, and the wizard is fairly intuitive, simple to use. Once you do that, then you're going to want to go click this code button, click download zip, and it should download. Let me close that real quick. And for the sake of this tutorial, let me close this real quick, just so it's easy for me. Anyways, for the sake of this tutorial, I cleared all my downloads folder. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to right click and click extract. I recommend deleting this just because it'll make the video more simple. And click extract, but in case you don't, I'll show you what to do if you forget to do that. And then yeah, if you do that, you should see a non-zipped folder that looks like this. Anyways, step 2. Now what you're going to want to do is in the search bar in the bottom left corner, if you don't see that, you can just press the Windows key. If you still don't see it, it technically is there, just start typing. Um, you're going to want to type Anaconda, and something that looks like Anaconda prompt, Anaconda 3, or something similar to that should appear. Just click on it, and this command prompt will appear. By the way, when I say command prompt, I am referring to the Anaconda prompt. Just know they are the same thing. And this will appear. Third step, what you're going to want to do is go into your folder and enter the unzipped folder, the folder you just unzipped, and copy this. And then type cd, and then just paste that. And you'll move into there. Alternatively, let me show you what happened. Earlier, I said if you don't delete this, you might run into a problem. Oh, let me uncheck that. I'll show you what I mean by that. Did it not? That's annoying. Okay, just for the sake of this video, I'm going to rename this. Control C. Temp. That's why. Cancel. Okay. I'll just explain it. When you extract this, when you open this, you'll see the same folder. Yeah, you'll see this in here, except it won't have all of these. It'll just be this folder. To fix that, you can either just type cd updated monolith, like cd updated monolith solver, like that, or just drag this out into the downloads folder. If you do drag it out though, you might have to retype this up here, because sometimes command prompt is like that and gets confused. Anyways, I'm just going to delete that. Anyways, let me move on to the next step now that you're moved into here. Now for this step, I unfortunately do not have V3 installed at the moment because I beat it a few weeks ago. But this is the most time consuming one. What you're doing is you're actually creating the board. It's tedious, it's time consuming, but it's the most necessary step. I recommend playing in borderless windowed mode. If you don't know how to do that, actually when you launch V3, it asks if you want to launch a configuration tool. Launch that, and one of the options is like, I think Windows type is what it's called. I don't remember, but you could change it to borderless windowed mode. It might call it window borderless. Same difference. I recommend doing that. I also recommend going to Volume Mixer if you don't know how to do that. Go to the sound icon in the bottom right click it, click Open Volume Mixer, and you could scroll through and like when you see V3, you just click this to mute it, and then you could click it again to unmute it. Just because the music is really annoying, in my opinion. Anyways, once you do that, what you're going to do is you're going to want to start a game of Monolith. and take a picture of the board. You could take a screenshot, take a picture of your phone. Since I don't have a board handy, I'm just going to use example 5. Oh, by the way, if you don't know this, you could press Windows key, Shift, and S to quickly open the snippet tool, and then you could just click that, and oh, it opened my other monitor. You could just click that and it'll open it like this. Anyways, so let's just say this is my board right here. I have this board. So I took a screenshot, and the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to want to go into File Explorer, and back in the main folder, there's a folder called Boards. Just open it. It should look like this with 5 examples. Just take note of this location. The next thing you want to do is recreate the board in Notepad. To open Notepad, you can just go here, type Notepad. Now let me just show you how to do that. Where is it? There it is. What you're gonna want to do is, as you can see, 1, 1, 3, 4, 4. I'm not gonna type all of it. I actually have it typed out in a separate place. I'm just gonna copy and paste it. But you get the idea. Every block, gray is represented by 1, yellow is represented by 3, blue is represented by 4, and pink is represented by 2. Every number represents a block. Every block is separated by a comma, and every row is separated by a new line. New line is just enter a notepad. Yeah, once you have that, you can close out of your screenshot. You might want to double check this because it is easy to make a mistake here. But yeah, don't just make sure you have it correctly. Anyway, so the next thing you want to do, this step is pretty important. Oh, sorry. So you're going to go into, once you have the board entirely created, click File and click Save As. And you're going to want to name it, you can name it anything you want. I'm just going to call it my board. To name it my board, and then this is very important, have .csv at the end. Sorry, hold on. Something's in my throat and I had to mute. Anyways, myboard.csv at the end, and then change the save as type to all files. And then from the step 4b, you went to a boards folder, just copy this, put it here, and click save. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you are having trouble, what you could, close files, that's annoying. If you are having trouble, what you could do is just go into the boards folder and open one of the CSV files and just paste your board into there. My CSV file is right here, but this is just, these are both the same, so I can't really show that. But yeah, one thing I'd like to note, make sure the file type says CSV file. If it says TXT, it will not work. This program requires a CSV file. Additionally, on my screen, my says like example1.csv, example2.csv, so on and so forth. The .csv is an extension you can enable in a File Explorer. I assume most people do not have that enabled. Don't worry if yours doesn't look like this. Yours doesn't have to. I just enabled it because it's easier for me to read. But make sure you have your board. For me, it would be my board.csv. And make sure it's a CSV file. If you're curious, CSV does stand for comma separated values. Anyways, next step. What you're going to do is go back to Anaconda and type Python thm.py. Alternatively, you could just type T and press tab. Tab is an autofill shortcut. And type whatever you named your board. Since I called it my board, I'm just going to say my board. Don't have the CSV at the end, and press enter. Now, this will run for a minute or two, so I'm going to pause the recording and then unpause whenever it's finished. Welcome back, or I guess welcome back for me. As you can see, my command prompt finished executing, and it says the best determined solution could be found in the solutions folder. So now I'm going to go back into File Explorer, go into the main folder, and open solutions. As you can see, there are a bunch of images here. Usually there's between 70 and 90, but I have seen as low as 60. So what you're going to do is click the first image, and then there is a small yellow box around the block you should click. You just click that, or Alt tab back into V3, click it, pause, and then go on to the next step. You could just click this arrow, and then click the next block. Alt tab back to V3, click it, pause, come back, next step, so on and so forth. It's fairly simple, and as you can see, it's slow, but eventually gets the job done. Now, one thing I'd like to know: this program gives you the optimal solution, gives you the solution with the most blocks cleared. More than likely, you'll have a few treasures missing. So, to counteract that, what I recommend doing is whenever you notice a treasure you'd like to uncover, especially a mono kid, because you can miss, I believe, 4 of the bones. When you notice a mono kid, manually uncover it. If you need a tip, you can always use a snippet tool. Use a snippet tool, take a screenshot of the board, and then open, let's just say, Paint, and then paste it into Paint, and then just go through it, boom, boom. But you get the idea. Just manually clear it. Once you do that, you can then go back to your board. So it would be in the boards folder, and then wherever just recreate the board. But wherever there's an empty spot, put 0. 0, 0. I'm not going to go through all of it. I'll just go through a few, but you get the idea. Just put 0 in place of an empty spot. Make sure to save it. That's important. And then just go back in here and type Python THM and then whatever your board is. And it'll create another solution based on whatever you just gave it. Excuse me. Sorry I'm yawning a lot. Anyways, so yeah. And that's it. If you have to restart, you can just start from step 4. You don't need to reinstall anything. But one thing I'd like to note, step 4B or 4D, sorry, says you have to make a new folder. That you don't have to again. You can just edit your folder, delete all the contents, and just yeah, you get the idea. You don't have to make an entirely new folder. And yeah, that's it. I wish you luck with this tool. I personally had to spend at least 10 hours. I want to say between 10 and 20 hours trying to get this achievement. Um, I consider myself pretty unlucky, but I'm not sure about that. I hope you don't have to spend that much time getting it. And yeah, I guess that's all I really have to say. If you need to contact me, my Discord and Steam profile are linked in the afterword. I want you to get this achievement. I don't want you to see you struggle. So if you are struggling, please contact me. I won't judge you. Anyways, that's all from me. Have a great day and good luck.